Good evening and welcome in to the SRL TCR Round 6 live from the Silverstone Legacy circuit. I am James Parfitt, and tonight I'm going to be joined in the booth by the one and only mighty Dean Biggles this evening. And what an absolutely epic evening of racing we have got planned, ready for you live from Silverstone. The circuit itself currently sitting at 5.05 kilometers, FAI grade 1, and with 150,000 capacity here tonight, tuning in for this absolutely incredible TCR event. Major events it holds currently, as you know, it holds the Formula One, the Grand Prix motorcycle racing, the FIA, F2, F3, W Series, BTCC, the British GT Superbikes Championship, and many more. Now you can see on your track map there that we are on the Legacy circuit, currently track length 5.05 kilometers here tonight and set in the city of Silverstone in the UK. It's time to bring him in. The one, the only, the mighty Dean Biggles. Good evening to you, sir.
It's good to be back. Obviously, you tried to evict us to Australia, but we are back, of course. We don't live in a prison colony and a prisoner colony anymore. We are back, obviously, in Silverstone, birthplace, of course, of many motorsports. And Maurice Guggenheim and lived here in the Silverstone Village back in 1947. He was aware the airfield was deserted, an old World War II airfield, and him and 11 other drivers raced around the 2-mile circuit back then, in which himself ran over a sheep that wandered onto the airfield, and they said, let's call it the Mutton Grand Prix. Well, since those days, my friend, there's no more mutton on your table, just Silverstone and just absolutely fun racing from the touring cars, my friend, lots of them, and mainly Hyundais and Hondas will be racing around this track for the final time this season.
Yeah, absolutely, and that brings us into the current standings championship. Krzysztof Malinowski is leading the way on 189 points. El Neil on second with 163. Dan Mold in third with 127. Callum Regarton on 126. Arthur Ferdle on 113. Alan McCain is above him on 115. Neil Stevenson on 112. Derek Crowther on 99. John Brown is on 98. Then Ryan Dudley on 97. Rude School on 87. Mark Brown on 83. Daniel Wareham on 83. Mark Draper 64. Jay Cooley on 64. And Fraser Garrity is on 56. Beyond that, we've got Andrew Lovesey, Alexandra Longro, Stephen Fry, Stuart Gibbons, Elliot James, Daniel Lewis, Scott Malcolm, Neil Ferrier, Dexter Castro, Nick Clibbins, Ben Denya, Stephen Burns, Mohammed Al Hussein, Craig Walters is at the bottom. Now, the interesting thing about the leadership standings, Malazowski is leading the way, and currently there will be 33 points for the win in the feature, 26 in the race. El Neil's got to win them both to basically even get near the championship. So we will try and keep you up to date as it goes across and bring you the standings live as it happens. But it is going to be a tricky one, so please bear with us there. Well, Biggles, what can we say here? TCR's Silverstone. That's it, right? There's not a lot else to say.
You can race anything around this classic track, of course, and do it as quickly as possible. This is the essentially the Formula One track, but obviously with the different layouts of where the start line finish is. Christopher has everything to lose, and at the end of the day, everybody else has everything to gain. We have a qualifying session of 10 minutes. It'll be coming up soon. Got your first heat sprint. You have a bit of a warm-up, and then you have your feature sprint. All you can do is tick all those boxes off, and just hopes and prays that something goes wrong down the field there to perhaps give him a chance. That's really what it's all about, and Silverstone is one of those tracks that has produced many adventurous results in the past, and that's all about doing it today.
Exactly. Good evening to you, Team Slow-Mo Boys and Phil across the pond. As always, 2 20-minute heats, top 15 reverse for race 2, 1 fast repair, drive through 17 incidents, and they do get disqualified at 21. Driving aids are allowed. This is the round 6, the final round So don't forget, guys, the link is down in the description in the YouTube channel as well. If you want to get involved, you can for next season. It will kick off in 2 weeks' time when we have the fun open race, and then we go into the media day 2 weeks after that, and then we're ready to go for the season beginning. So tune in. All the races will be live on the JPB YouTube channel as well, so don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bells for notifications, give the video a big old thumbs up. That would be absolutely amazing as well. So get yourselves involved, get into the Discord if you wanted some close TCR action, and you could be like Callum Regarten here, joining us on track as he goes down the hanger straight into Stowe very, very shortly as we're coming to the last, what's that, 1 second of practice before we go into qualifying.
Yeah, look at the way he was throwing that car around. Lovely livery as well, too. Trying to camouflage his way in the yellow and black livery. He was just throwing it, literally. We'll see. That's only a practice. That, you're going to put your money where your mouth is right now. Qualifying is crucial here in the land of Silverstone, of course, the United Kingdom. A lot of United Kingdom drivers. The grid's jam-packed full of them. A couple of German drivers, Scottish drivers. Saying that Scotland's a part of England and United Kingdom. Don't worry about that. And everybody else, of course. There's French driver, I believe, Alexander, out there as well. And that's good to see.
Yeah, Scott Malcolm
can do it.
Yeah,
French will be playing England in the World Cup, so this is going to be the World Cup final here. Perhaps decided on track as well.
Scott Malcolm from Scotland, Alan McCain from looks like Northern Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. I might well be mistaken there as well. Alexandre from France as well, and then we got the normal British contingency of El Neil, Callum Regarten, Neil Stevenson, Daniel Wareham. So stay tuned, guys, because you're not going to want to miss any of this action this evening as we go into closed qualies. So Malazowski is leading the championship, so it's only right that we have a look on Malazowski's lap, which we will do very, very shortly. But overall, to round out a season at Silverstone kind of says it all, really, doesn't it? Because Silverstone is just iconic in general, and if it's any like elbows out and other TCR leagues that we've covered and all that, it's going to be absolutely amazing. The difference is with this one, though, is the 17x limit. Now, we've done leagues that obviously don't have any X limit on TCRs, partly because it's elbows out all the way, but they've got to be a little bit more careful here tonight. With that 17x limit, they can't be too much getting involved and elbows out too much and too early, can they?
You're right, and I would say, hey, you got to have Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel, and buy them flowers. Those are the corners you're going to be doing. If you get it all wrong, of course, going into those high-speed sections, those S's, that's when you're going to get those X's next to your name. That's going to be crucial, of course. There's many other places you can get it all very much wrong around here. Don't get it too wrong around Stowe, of course, or Cops, otherwise you'll be in the fence. But aside from that, yeah, you're right. It's going to be crucial to make sure the off-track limits, make sure you are sticking within track limits, as you are definitely on board right now of Christopher. Yeah, it's a 5.5k iRacing, not the highest in this league. That'll go to Mr. Calum for the Calum Reed racing team. But it's not all about that iRacing number next to your name. It's about how quickly you can make your way around the classic track. The best track, I'd have to say, well, the birthplace of motor racing in the world, almost, apart from you go back to those bootlegging days in the United States.
Yeah, so here we go on board with Malazowski now. Starts going off for his first lap here tonight as we're going to be heading down into the straight right-hander of Cops. He's going to be looking at changing down fourth gear, get the car hooked up. He's going to be on the power, letting it run not too far because that outside curb will beat you and you will get it off track. We're going to come straight into the Maggots and Beckett's complex. Here we're going to go left and then we're going to go right with Malazowski. He's got a big enough a slide on. He's got it under control. Down into third gear he goes. Coming through the exit now on this run down from Chapel down the hanger straight. Left-hander straight flat out as fast as you possibly can. It's going to be slowly letting it drift over to the left-hand side coming into Stowe. It's going to be hard on the brakes just not long after the sign. There we go. He's going to be down through the gear now. Third gear. Getting it hooked up, hugging that inside on this run now through down this short, sharp sprint down through Vale before you come into turn 8. And then we're going to go left. Oh, Malazowski's got a little bit out of shape. He's going to go right round 9 and 10, coming round club now. Here we go with Malazowski down in the run into Abbey, which will be a left-hander. coming down into Abbey we go. We're going to go left. Then we're going to go right. And then we're going to go down a short farm straight now, coming down into Bridge before we go into Priory on the right hand. We're going to go left now. Into Priory we go round Brooklands. And then we're going to look a double left-hander, and then we're going to come back around for Luffield, which is this long looping right-hander. Here we go. On the rundown, through Woodcote we go. And it's going to be over the line for Malazowski. What is he going to do as we go across the line very, very shortly? P3, 2 minutes 8:59. El Neil there. There's another man on a flyer. So is Darren Mould currently. Mould is purple in the sector 4. How is Mould going to get on as well? Going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. 4.5 minutes remaining of quali. And at the moment, it's Arthur Thirdle in pole position with El Neil second. Christoph Malinowski in third. Callum Regarton fourth. Daniel Ware in fifth. Stevenson sixth. Fry seventh. Gibbons eighth. Garrity ninth. And Crowther is in 10th place. Okay, so they've got the first lap out of the way. We're not too far apart from each other currently at the moment. You know, I think at the end of the day, the times are separated by literally 0.04 of a second. But importantly for Neil, he's ahead of Malazowski, and that's where he needs to be at the moment.
Yeah, let's check out Neil. He's putting a bit of a cracker lap there. So is Stewart. As you can see, those purple sectors have been set. Neil's a little bit up the road, so Neil's going to be the first one to set that benchmark there in that inter-war battle. He's second currently in the timesheets with his first lap, but the second lap's the important one as he makes his way around the final Woodcote corner here to put the pedal to the metal and get it done there. I think it'll be replaced by Stewart, but he's got time to put another one in. Where will he put himself up into P2? Stays in that P2, but keep an eye on Stewart. Stewart's made a little bit of an error, I have to say, in the mini sector of 3 to 4. Can he improve? Does to P3 will be enough. That's Neil.
Oh, where's Stuart Gibbons going though? Stuart in 8th at the moment. So keep an eye on that. But Arthur Thirdle still top of the timing tower. 2 minutes, 0.124. And they've only got 20 minutes here, Biggles. So we're going to be looking at about a 10-lap race. We've got Dan Mould currently doing 2 purples in the middle as he's coming round as well. What is Dan going to do here at the moment? How is he going to get on? He's in a Hyundai. He's in the Velocistart. And we got the Elantra.
This could be up there somewhere.
Oh,
and
he's got
bang on top
pole!
of the timesheets. Welcome to Silverstone, says Daniel. I'm here. And a 4/10 gap as well, too. Times are tumbling tooth and nail like a 9 stock exchange here in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, Damo getting it on a 159.76. The first man inside the 159s. What an absolute flyer from Dan as we go aboard with Scott Malcolm. As Scott's going to come around and set his first lap currently at the moment. Let's see how Scott cuts on. But it's El Neil going 2 greens and a yellow. Here they come. Here comes Scott now. What's he going to do? Ooh, 202.
Yeah, massive mistake there from the Scotsman. So proudly named Scott from Scotland. Ed Neil, you're looking at the moment, he needs to do something at the moment, doesn't he? He's got Arthur and Dan up the road, and the gap is a lot to make up. So you have to hook up the perfect lap you can around Silverstone. Don't run over any of those mutton sheep, of course. Not 1947 anymore. 2022 for the final race of the season here. So this is what you want to set the statement. You want to be on the front row if you can. Can he make it do? No. He does get P2. My apologies.
Yeah, P2,
159. James, 2/10.
Yeah, and he's still slower though. More importantly, it's where Malazowski is at the moment. If you have a look, Malazowski is sitting down in 8th place, and there's no real improvements coming along at the moment. So we'll have to see how Malazowski gets on as well. Callum Regarton has just lost a position, but Regarton is coming across the line now. What's he going to be able to do? Nothing.
P5.
P5, yeah. Malazowski got a purple, 2 greens. As he comes across the line, he's got to get something, Biggles. I'll tell you that much. Otherwise, he's going to be... Oh, he's got pole!
Oh! What a surprise. What a shocker. He's like, don't you worry, James and Biggles. I got it all under control.
Oh, it's got it back.
41 car, but he's been replaced by Dan. You're right.
Oh,
Dan's come back.
400
cylinders,
of a
mate.
second between them currently, between Dan Mold and Krzysztof Malazowski. And Mold pipped him on the last lap of the race. Alan McCann goes into 5th place as well. Daniel Wareham still in 10th currently at the moment. 34 seconds remaining of quali. Don't know if he's going to get to the end here. I'd be very surprised. He's got 30 seconds and he's got a long old run still to go. So what can Wareham do? But Malazowski must have thought he was in for a winner there, Biggles. And then Dan Mold just comes along and says, nope. Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's why your engineer never tells you the other speed of the other cars behind. We didn't even know. Caught us all off guard on that one. Dan delivered here in Silverstone, of course. It's for the king. Wave him to the king, of course. Unfortunately, no more queen to be waving to. The king will be here at the trackside there, maybe shaking your hand on the podium. That'll be it for our qualifying session there, James.
Yeah, so we will bring you up the grid. Dan Mold is in 1st place. Krzysztof Malazowski in 2nd. Arthur Thirdle in 3rd. El Neal in 4th. Alan McCann in 5th. Steve Fry in 6th. Callum Regarten 7th. John Brown 8th. Neil Stevenson 9th. Daniel Wareham is in 10th. Craig Waters in 11th. Stuart Gibbons is down in 12th place. Beyond that, Fraser Garrity in 13th. Derek Crowther 14th. Elliot James 15th. Mark Brown 16th. Scott Malcolm 17th. Andrew Longo in 18th, and Daniel Lewis is down in 19th place. 19 cars on track, 20-minute sprint, and just to top it off, we're going to have a top 15 reverse for race 2.
Do want to spice it up, don't you? Of course, it's just the way you have to do it. Make it a bit even Stevenson right at the moment with Mr. Dan and Mr. Christopher. That's it. They'll be the front row, making their way, obviously, into the high-speed corners that you want to see. And how are you going to do it the right way at the right time? And nothing about the fence. Don't worry about the fence. There is no fence.
Oh.
It's racing.
There we go. Lights are on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that engine roar tells you that these guys are ready. Dan Mold has got away. Malazowski in 2nd. Arthur McCann got a bit of a flyer in 5th as well. He's right up the back already of Arthur Thirdle, and they're going into turn 1 now. And it's still Dan Mold out in front. Krzysztof Malazowski in 2nd. El Neal 3rd. Arthur Thirdle 4th. Colin Regarden is in 5th place. First time through the Maggotts and Beckett's complex. How is this going to work out for them? Oh, everybody makes it through currently at the moment, Biggles, and no mistakes so far.
Yeah, following each other, knowing that it's a 20-minute race is good to see. It's all about controlling yourself, controlling your speed. Remember, cold tyres, warm engines, and warm hearts, and the final race of the season. A bit of a run in the background there. Could be a run for potentially P4, even a run for P1, as they're going to make their way down into one of the famous corners, of course, of all motor racing. Can they get it sticking through the SE wall? But then guess what? We're up to the tricky section right now. We're going to get a Val.
Yeah, they're going to be coming through now on a run down from Val, then into turn 8 and 9, where it's going to go. Oh, Blade Designs in the back. Derek Crowther dropping down the order. There goes Derek. His car does not look healthy. He looked like he may not have gone there all on his own. We'll have a look back at that one very shortly. A very wide line from Malazowski there. He kept his foot in. That's going to be a definite 1x there, bud. And El Neal is at 1, Regarden 3, and Garrity in 9th place. He's up 4 at the moment, Biggles, and is absolutely flying. But nobody at the moment managed to get past Dan Mold at the beginning, which is what we expected. He got away from the start cleanly. Malazowski did what he had to do and hold Neal back, because that's where the championship battle is. It's in that 2nd and 3rd spot at the moment.
To make your way all the way around Lovefield right now. That's going to be the tricky part, holding it on tight. Time is on your side, especially positions on your side. And nothing changing between the top 2 at the moment, but of course those position changes there between P3 and P4. Going to make your way around to start lap 2 of our first heat race, and looking pretty comfortable in front of the race at the moment. Here we go. Welcome along. This is race time.
Yeah.
SLR, final race.
Here we go. You see the lap times 2:10.457. We do expect that to come down. That was the first starting lap there. There was a big runner out the back as well. Arthur Thirdle and Alan McCann. There was also another one. I think it might be Neil Stevenson took a little bit of a diver off track at this same time, so we'll keep an eye on them and see how they get on. But Derek Crowther is currently in the pits, and this will be why he's in the pits. Whether or not it was all under his own, oh, it was not. It was not on his own there, Biggles, and that looks like it may have been all the way down with Daniel Wareham, may have been involved in that with possibly Mark Brown, actually, who's giving Derek Crowther a nice little gentle nudge off the side. But at the moment, Reed Garton has made his way up into third. He's got past El Neil as well. This is disastrous for Neil Biggles. He needs to be further up at the moment. He needs to be chasing Malazowski. Otherwise, he's not going to get this championship win. And I think once Malazowski wraps up this first one, he's going to be there and, you know, he's going to be out, unfortunately. And it's not going to go down to that last race that we expect. Alan McCann there has just overtaken, and Stephen Fry past Arthur Ferdle. Arthur going very slowly there, I think, as well. Possibly going to slow down. But overall, Callum Garton in third. Absolutely flying, chasing down Krzysztof Malazowski, currently in second place.
Bumping and grinding is racing and driving. So like to say, a little bit too much bumping and grinding, but it is what it is. You have to deal with the situation at its time, at its place, and do the best you possibly can. Don't be frustrated behind the wheel there. Cool yourself off there and deliver what you can deliver. And Christopher, of course, is hunting down that P2, as well as L is hunting down El Nil, the Calum Racing Team driver that you're looking at the moment. In P3, that's going to be the crucial part as we go back to Arthur, making his way perhaps past Neil into that nice P7 position, gaining, well, he's lost 5 positions, and he's trying to make it back up there because Neil's gained 2.
He's trying to go up the inside of Stevenson. Currently at the moment as they go running down into Magnus and Beckett's. Good evening, Mr. Peoples. How are you? I hope you're not crying too much with the loss of the Netherlands.
Oh, don't rub it into Dan.
You know what I mean? He was posting that if England get through to the final and it's the Netherlands-England final, and the Netherlands are going to win. Well, they're not even going to be there, sunshine. So,
well, they do win when it comes to Formula One, mate. So you don't worry about that. But yes,
we're not talking about Formula One, are we? We're talking about... We're talking about whether or not they're going to win, and at the moment, Arthur Ferdle is going to get it on the run down into Stowe. Goes Arthur, and that is Arthur Ferdle through into 7th place here this evening. But Krzysztof Malazowski is still chasing down Downmold, is still chasing down CRG. Here we go. How's this going to work out? El Neil's got to get his boots on, mate. You know what I mean? I feel for him at the moment, because it's early days, but from his point of view, if he doesn't get going, he's going to struggle to catch him at the moment, and it's not looking like progress is much made in that little Hyundai.
He'll get it done. He'll get it done. Did you deny him? He's sizing up his components, and he's all ready to go. He's got the spirit out there from Dan. I love you too, Dan. Of course, we'll get it done. Just believe in Max Verstappen, okay? That's how you win races. And as you can see, the race at the moment for battle for P3. He's hoping for this battle for P2 and P3 can slow him down so he can sneak one up the inside there and maybe change this order standing at the moment. With still Dan leading this one.
Yeah, Dan Mulder still out in front. Malazowski second, Regarton third, Neil fourth, McCain fifth, Fry sixth, Bertel seventh. Neil Stevenson looks like he's got himself locked in a battle with Fraser Garrity. Garrity's making a move on the outside. Here we go. What is going to happen here with Neil Stevenson on the right? Fraser Garrity involved there as well. And at the moment, it's Stevenson. Garrity sends him around the outside. And it's Garrity's off track. Is he going to pull it back on? Keep your foot in, son. You've got a clear run. And he does do that, and he makes that move coming through Magnus and Beckett's. I'd be surprised if he hasn't got a slowdown though, Biggles, because he did go a little bit further off track than you should have done.
You're going to commit through Magnus and Beckett's Chapel, but you don't go off the racing line, because look at the kerfuffle that's happened behind him doing it. Now if you have to lift off, you lift off now, but you got to commit. Look at this accident to that behind there. That's a little bit, that's why you don't go too wide out of Chapel, essentially, or Beckett's at that point, and they're pointing the race wrong direction, and actually a little bit of a car flip there,
yeah,
so suspension. Yeah,
hello, Mark.
Mr. Brown.
You can imagine his crew chief sitting in his car going, it's better the right way up at the moment, mate.
He's like, Nico Hockenberg, I'm hanging like a cow, get me out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's gone back to pit lane right now. Further back in the action, of course, at the top of the timesheets. Calum The man that's supposed to have the highest I rating. That's a pretty damn good I rating, to tell you. 6.4K there, mate. That's something you want to put on your resume if you're going for a job. But at the moment, he's only in P2. So you want to put anything on your resume, you want to have the P1.
Yeah, but the interesting thing as well is CRG did manage to get past Krzysztof Malazowski down into Cops, and that's how he did it. And unfortunately for Malazowski, that's dropped him into the hands of El Nil. And now it's going to be between El Nil, Krzysztof Malazowski. Malazowski's got to stay in front of him. I don't know how or where, but he's got to, because if he doesn't, Neil's going to scout points of him at the moment, and that's what he does not want.
But you can't get everything you want, can you? This at the moment, the reason why you've sent your letters to Santa Claus. So what do you want for Christmas at the moment? Christmas is coming, no doubt. And this is Christmas Day, essentially, for the last race of the season here. So you deliver what you need to deliver, but time is not on your side now, Mr. James. It's not on your side. You're running out of it.
Yeah,
you got about 8 minutes to change to do something here.
Yeah, we've got 11:20 on the clock currently at the moment before we start going down now into the under the 10-minute mark. And it's CRG chasing down Dan Mold, and it's Malazowski being chased down by El Nil. Little pockets of action. There's a blinking car, which is Alan McCann. That's not too good for the driver behind him, which is Stephen Fry and Arthur Ferdle. But look at the battle up front. Dan Mold, CRG coming down.
He's going for
turn 8. He's going to run.
He's going for it. He's got a trickaroo, switcheroo, shall they say? In Australia, yeah, you don't bounce with a kangaroo at the moment. And that's not in Silverstone, but he's lost a lot of speed with the dummy. He's lost a ton of speed. Now he's under pressure from P3. You got to be very careful if you send those dummies, mate.
Yeah, mate, you've got to lock him up, and he didn't. He lost speed, and that's brought Malazowski back in and El Nil as well, as these guys are battling over second, third, and fourth. Regarden currently up 5th place at the moment. Marius in YouTube chat with all of them, well, I'm not quite sure what they are, smiley faces. Let's call them that, Marius, as he's laughing anxiously at the Netherlands, who are now planning their trip home from Qatar out of the World Cup. Don't beat me out.
Oh, exit speed coming out of this corner could be good. Bumping and driving. Get an exit here. Get the slipstream. Get on the power. Loud pedal as loud as you possibly can. Could this be a run here, James? Could this be a run? Has to be. He has to go for it here.
Yeah, Dan Mold's got to be looking at either. He can't stay on the racing line. He's got to kind of park his car in a way where CRG's not going to make that move round the inside, and he doesn't going round into Cops. But can he get the run out of Magnus and Beckett and look on that run down through Chapel? That's going to be the interesting thing here this evening. They're going to start going left. Then we're going to go right. Jump on the nose of Regarden. There is Dan Mold in that Hyundai Veloster in front of us. And we're in the Elantra. Powering down McCallum Regarden. He's got his nose tucked up right behind him. Here we go.
Yeah, fully send, Biggles? Full send. That's what they say, right? Full send? I don't think you
That's
full
what he's
send
got
down
in the
here,
back.
mate.
That's what he's got in the back. Is Regarden going to full send it? We're going to go round the outside. We're going to have a go. Oh, he's just not carried enough speed in that Elantra to kind of get that outside line done. He might be able to get him into 8 and 9. Hold on the defensive already. Defended better than the Netherlands football team.
Right, it's gone like that at the moment. Okay, that's fine, but we'll talk about the British when they come to fight their way around the moment. But they are fighting their way around the British circuit, of course. It's Silverstone. Look at that, top 4. Bang. It's a NASCAR race, essentially, but it's touring car. But you got to find your way around. You can't be using those barriers and ovals to grind your way down the wall. You have to do it on track. You have to find a way, and if you get off the racing line, you compromise the exit speed. Look at this. How much pressure do you think Dan is feeling right now leading this race?
Mate, he's going to have unbelievable amounts, because look what he's got. It's like a Hyundai top 4, but there's so much coming in here. We know Damo, we know Callum Regarden, we know Malazowski, we know El Nil. You know, you're not talking about a 16, 13, 50 rookie here. You're talking of a combined, all of them over 5K. In I rating, and if I added them up really quickly, which I'm not going to do because I'm not that good, 5, 10, 15, 21, 20, near enough 22K I rating between 4 drivers, And we've got it here, and there he goes. Regan disappears to the left. He's come back behind us now through Maggots and Becketts. Taking a lot
it's a
of
good
care,
it's a good I rating, isn't it? I mean, even Max Verstappen standing up right there going, that I rating? All right, not even I can produce that. And I've won world championships too, in fact. So that is a go to show you the level of competition you are having here for this fantastic racing league there at SRL in Silverstone. Why not? What's the birthplace of motorsports? What could be the ending of motorsports for some of the drivers' careers? Here's a run! And they're going to drift it, James. They're going to drift it. It looks like they're going to slip on the inside. Bang, everybody else says goodbye.
Malazowski come through. O'Neill come through and said, thank you very much, Regan. That is it. We are going to take the lead. And Christoph Malazowski was literally handed that by Reed Garton. Now I want to jump back to Steve Fry because he looks like he's up behind Arthur Ferdel at the moment. Ferdel there in the blue, Steve Fry in the red car currently.
It's not Stephen Fry, the actor, is it? At all? Who knows these days?
You can imagine Stephen Fry at a TCR, can't you, around Silverstone?
Yeah, I could. He would do this stuff. Yeah, anyway, good on you, Steve.
Now, and then we're going to go right. You can just imagine it, Stephen Fry there with his cup of tea sticking out the window. You know what I mean? His finger up in the air. There's a big runner offline. I think that's Stuart Gibbons taking a little bit of a divert across the grass there. And back up front, though, we've got Malazowski battling it away with O'Neill, Dan Mould and Callum Reed Garton after Reed Garton and Mould come together. And
Al needs to take him. Al needs to take him.
No,
Al can smell a little bit of a Christopher for an evening snack here in Silverstone, and he wants it. It's bold and brave to go through there. Talk to Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton about it. No, don't do it there. There's the fence, and that fence equals AKA Medical Center. Live to see another day. Live to see more motor racing, of course. We're going to make through the best classic tracks there. Left, right, of course. Beckett's, Maggots, and Chapel.
And they go now. They're going in the right hand of Beckett's before we go on to the left of Chapel. Malazowski, Neil, Mould, Reed Garton, the top four currently at the moment. Mould's got that little bit of a gap. He's got about 7 tenths currently at the moment. To get on to the back of Neil. Neil needs this win here. He needs this first. He needs the first place. The last thing he needs is Malazowski in front of him. But he can't do a lot about it, can he? He doesn't seem to be able to have the pace currently at the moment to be able to send it up the inside of Malazowski, Biggles.
And this is what you call motor racing on a scale of 1 to 10. It's heating up in Silverstone. We had a heat wave already, didn't we, this year in the United Kingdom? And we have a heat wave right now for the final race of the season. And I don't even know where you would flip a coin on this one.
Yeah, well, we're in the UK. The heat wave can last about all of, I don't know, a couple of hours. But this one might last a little bit shorter than that. And it's Malazowski, Neil, Mould, Regarton. And as gaps appearing now, and it looks like the front two are breaking away. The gap is out to about a second at the moment as we're coming towards a back marker in front of us here this evening. This is going to be an interesting one to see how these drivers keep there. We've got Elliot James in front of us down the road at the moment. He's 1 lap behind us. Let's see how he gets on and what the situation will be. But Neil is close. He's close.
It's a dummy. It's a dummy. He's going to follow him through here, of course. High-speed section. Work your way up to the next. Back marker, of course, would be either James or myself or even Dan out there if we were racing these cars. So that's going to come into play at the moment. But look at this. Size them up. Time is not on your side. 3 minutes and change. That's about 2 laps to go here at the touring car. Make your way through here. Look at the different racing lines are taking there. Oh, don't forget about that. Oh, there it is. And that's my casting curse done for the day. Oh. Christopher made a mistake out of, I think that was Beckett's.
Yeah, Christoph Malazowski now is down the order into 4th now. That's got O'Neill in the lead. And he's got to be sitting pretty at the moment because at the end of the day, he's now going to should take the victory in race 1. We will keep an eye on the season scorings and see where that puts O'Neill currently at the moment as we wait for them. We'll wait patiently for them to come up. But O'Neill has taken the lead. 2:47 on the clock. We're going to be having this one and one more. And then is going to be O'Neill through with the victory. I think he's opened up too much of a gap already. And it's now whether or not Mold's going to be able to hang back and keep the back end of CRG, well, behind him, really. Otherwise, he's going to be under a whole heap of pressure this early on here, Biggles. And, 2:20 on the clock. Last lap coming up. El Nil looks like if he keeps going, he's going to take this victory.
I hope so. He's done everything he needed to do. But obviously that battle, of course, for the P2 is the one that's brewing up as one of the cars gets completely out of the way. But this is possible because you have enough time to get an opportunity done. We've seen it before at the moment. Mistakes are made. This is the battle currently you're watching for a P2 position. I think P1's out of grabs right now. So think about the P2. P2 is good. I'll take a P2 over anything else that you're in the position. Look at this run. It's going to be up to the Calum to do something about Mr. Dan. He's going to send a dummy. He's committed now. You have to commit. Side by side. What do you reckon there, James?
They've made it through better than 2 Formula 1 drivers that I'm aware of. Dan Mold did not end up in the medical center with a 5G crash. And at the moment, CRG has got his way through and is into second place. El Nil was cleared off 1.6 down the road now. And we got Mold, Reed Garten, Malazowski. Malazowski needs to be at the front of these three to get to kind of put the, not a dent, but to try and recover some points because he knows Neil's going to take the victory. You know, Neil's down the road at the moment. He's 1.6 sitting there thinking, thank you very much. And then we got Reed Garten, Mold and Malazowski, and they kind of need to really, for this last half, if you can, stop fighting. But that's like...
Oh, going for
impossible.
a James. I'm not quite sure they are. They got the message on there. They got the memo from Mr. James. He says, okay, you're going to broadcast a race. I'm going to deliver you the results for the cameras exactly for the broadcast. And look at this, a 3-way battle for P2. That's where it's at. That's the action. And that's the perfect place to be stowing your stray tables, of course. Put your seat upright and get ready for the landing ball landings because this will be the last lap essentially, almost. Oh. And who's going to make a run? This could be a 3-way. It's possible. You make a little slip and mistake right now, James. You've seen it before in the past. Just slip on by.
Oh, Malazowski sent it on the inside of Mold. And that's Malazowski in there. I think he's going to let Mold back through because he literally did send it through on him. Malazowski there takes the outside line, but here comes El Nil. El Nil is going to be your victor in race 1. Here tonight as he goes across the line, takes the checkered flag.
Yeah. O'Neil. O'Neil. Yeah, he got it done, exactly.
CRG in second, that's right. Dan Mold third, Malazowski fourth, McCain in fifth, Fertile sixth, Price seventh, Stevenson there in 8th place, Fraser Garrity coming across the line in 9th, Daniel Wareham is in 10th, and then the closure behind that, Scott Gibbons, John Brown, Scott Malcolm, Craig Waters, Daniel Lewis, and then Mark Brown there as well, who is currently all the way round the Stowe corner, so he's still got a good half a lap to go as Mark Brown.
Yeah, but Mark, there's a little KC drive-through there. Pick me up a Colonel Burger there on your way back, and just a car across the line. That'd be nice for us. Come on, Mark, bring it home there for the Nord Iron Racing team, and Daniel, of course, as well. Gonna drive your way around through the. I like to see you finish. You always have to finish your race, isn't it? I don't matter. To me, it doesn't matter where you finish as long as you finish your race. It's great racing.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Daniel Lewis has come across the line there as well, and Mark is a little bit further back. He's coming through turn 11 and 12, through farm on that short farm straight, and then we're going to go on the run around on the right-hand side through Bridge, and then down into Priory. And then we've got a double left-hander of Brooklands.
Did you used to play around here as a kid when you were growing up around Silverstone? Mate, you know all these corners quite well.
Too far from me, I'll tell you what. If I didn't have the track map, I probably couldn't tell you where I'm at.
But you know this track quite well. It's Silverstone, of course. It's classic, and he will get it done. He'll get it across the line there. Good on you. P16. It's a job, it's points, and it's a result.
Absolutely. Mark Brown across the line. And let's bring you up the results from race 1 here from the SRL TCR round 6. So the results are coming up very, very shortly. El Neil is your winner. Callum Regan in second. Dan Mold third. Christoph Malazowski in fourth. Alan McCain in fifth. Arthur Thurtle in sixth. Stephen Fry in seventh. Neil Stevenson eighth. Fraser Garrity in ninth. Daniel Wareham 10th. Stuart Gibbons is in 11th. John Brown 12th. Scott Malcolm 13th. Craig Waters 14th, Daniel Brown 15th, Daniel Lewis 15th, Mark Brown 16th, Alexandro Longo in 17th place there, and then behind that Elliot James is down in 18th. Wow. Okay, so that was an interesting race one. I'm going to wait for the results to come through, and hopefully we will be able to keep you updated on where the championship standings lie, but we do have to wait for the session results, so bear with us on that one. We've got a brief little warm-up before we go into race two. Top 15 reverse for race two, Biggles. Different kettle of fish for El Neil now.
I love different kettle of fish, my friend. I like boiling my fish in a kettle, of course, and having a little bit of tea here in Silverstone. That's what it's about. And we'll definitely find out all that results that are going to be going on. You're going to be crunching some numbers, my friend, and I hope you paid attention in math school, of course. Some of the best British scientists and mathematicians in the world are here in your country, so if you can't do it, nobody can do it.
I can't.
You're a teacher.
Yeah,
pay attention to math school.
Oh, I must have missed that class.
Of course, you have to remember James is doing all the work behind the scenes. He's controlling the 100,000 cameramen around this circuit for the esports and delivering the fantastic broadcast and doing all the work. And that is it's all required. And Silverstone, of course, is the best place to end this fantastic championship. And how, by the way, James, can people sign up to be a part of the next season?
Well, they can go down into the YouTube description. There is a Discord link. You can join, get yourself involved. Come along and join in for season 5. This is obviously season 4. So you can come down, join in with the Discord, come along, and then we got the fun day in 2 weeks' time, media day after that, and then the start of the season, round 1. To get yourselves involved, guys, as well, while you're here, you might as well come down, do some absolutely epic racing, and then we will see you on the track next time. But for a moment, we come into the last 2 minutes 15 of the warm-up. You might as well get yourself, grab yourself a quick drink, get yourself some food if you need to, get your popcorn in, and sit back and enjoy some absolutely incredible racing. Daniel Wareham as well is taking this option to get a little bit of a warm-up in. It's not going to get much in. I do like his, is that a Poundland livery rock in there?
It is a Poundland livery, exactly. And everybody out in the chat there, welcome, and you can speak up, but don't worry about that. James and I do bite sometimes. It's, the beepers are beeping because they're returning some of the cars back in the pit lane in the background you may hear. Dan, I know you're getting your tickets back out of Qatar, back to the Netherlands, of course, and unfortunately for the Dutch team that will be departing, but then again, they beat Australia, mate, so what do you expect?
You're telling me not to give him grief, but there you are giving Dad grief if he's here a chat. I'll tell you that one.
I guarantee you this, my friend, in history of the World Cup, any team that Australia has been beaten by in the first round wins the World Cup. Okay? Simple as that.
Are you saying that Argentina...
It's either going to be France. France will win the World Cup because France beat Australia. And we got beaten by Argentina, of course, in the round of 16, but France won the World Cup. That's just the way it worked. I don't argue with the mathematics, the way the Neil deGrasse Tyson called me up the other day and said, Biggles, look, it's just the way it works. All right? Don't argue. It's mathematics, it's physics, it's science.
All right. Well...
That's all I can say.
Let's see here as we're watching Daniel Wareham get used to the start in that little Hyundai in his Poundland livery.
Little?
It is little.
Looks like he's hiding that thing up. I like the gold and green livery. That's very Aussie at the moment there too, Daniel.
Yeah.
I like it.
Poundland.
The Poundland?
Yeah, Poundland's, it's a shop in the UK, obviously. And...
oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let us know out there in the chat.
He's actually got all shops in there as well. He's got B&M, Matalan, Greggs, Lidl's. They're like all major supermarkets. Bovril on the left-hand side, Wilkinson's, Argos as well. So Daniel Wareham rocking the shops. However, I do have the Greggs Christmas jumper. If anybody hasn't seen the Greggs Christmas jumper, please go and Google it. and you will see what jumper I have, the one with the sausage rolls on it, which
Are you teasing me?
Mate, the children at work absolutely love Mr. Parfitt's jumper because I have sausage rolls on it there as well. Here's the
James
grid.
and I, here we go. Go ahead, my friend.
Oh, race 2, Daniel Lewis in first, Craig Waters second, Scott Malcolm third, John Brown fourth, Stuart Gibbons fifth, Daniel Wareham sixth, Fraser Garrity seventh, Neil Stevenson eighth, Stephen Fry ninth, after third or 10th, Alan McCann 11th, Christoph Malazowski down in 12th place. There as well, Dan Mould 13th, Callum Regarten 14th, El Neil 15th, Mark Brown 16th, Alexander Longo in 17th, Elliot James 18th, Derek Crowther in 19th. Top 15 reverse. That's why your winner from race 1 is at the back. Don't panic. We haven't put him there on purpose. He has to be there. The lights have to come on. And Daniel Lewis in the Poundland Wilkin in the Iron Brew. Oh no, it's Daniel Lewis in the Iron Brew livery there. Gets away here for race 2 at Silverstone. Straight away, Craig Waters makes that move. John Brown also getting involved in that as well. What is John going to be able to do? John's now gone into nowhere because they're side by side. Everybody currently making through. How's the leaders getting on? El Nils game 1, Regan game 2. Maladowski's game 2 as well, as we see John Brown now going out into second place with Craig Waters in front. So far, so good, Biggles, I think.
Big trouble and little cops and little maggots, of course, as they make their way through there side by side. But surprisingly enough, they're going to have to do it. And if you get out of there, you survive Chapel, and then you're going to have to be at Chapel, of course. You're going to be praying your way down the Hanger Straight. And, of course, Stowe is coming your way. Look at this!
Car number 33 to Stephen Fry has, I think, just gone nearly into not Alexander Longo. I think that was Dan Mould there as well. Regarten's going down the order as well. Callum Regarten's off at the moment. And that is Neil Stevenson. And there's big movers here up front at the moment. Daniel Lewis is now dropping down the order. He's gone off the grass and said, I'm going to go and save the groundsman a job. But there was some big offs there as well. El Neil has been off and come back on track. Daniel Lewis is now plummeting down the order in that Iron Brew liveried car. Stephen Fry is in the pit. Scott Malcolm didn't make the start. Arthur Thirdle in third. Alan McCann in fourth. Malazowski now up into fifth place. Biggles.
Oh, wow. I think over like P1 gain 6, P2 gain 3, P3 after's gain 7. It's 2 for Craig, the only survivor there on the top grid for the reverse grid that's still in there. Chris was putting 7 positions gain, putting pressure on him. Alan, just behind him, Alan McCain there in P6, he's gained 5 positions. So everybody else has essentially started in the top 5 and just done and dusted in this first feature race, the last feature race of the season, and still continuing. We have a lot of time to go.
Yeah, El Neil now trying to battle. Daniel Wareham has just got past him on the left. This is another championship protagonist. Is Neil Regarten's making his way through as well. He's just gone past Elliot James. Dan Mould has got to be hustling after being involved with Stephen Fry there right at the beginning. And Fry went off track, on track, off track, on track, off track into Dan Mould. So poor old Mould there had to take some evasive action to get out of the way. But currently at the moment, Fraser Garrity is out in front. Stuart Gibbons, Thurtle, Waters, Malazowski behind him. Malazowski again here, trying to make up another position. Is he going to get this done?
He should be able to get it. He's going to have it on the outside. He's going to commit to it. You have to commit to it. You're side by side at this point. You have to make trust in the car, trust in the grip, and then you have the inside line coming back to this one and get it done. And looking forward to the results up the road there. That's 8 positions gained there for Fraser. Good job. Yeah, it all went carnage, my friend, but that's because they didn't get our memo there, Mr. James. You do not go too wide through Becker's Chapel. That's exactly what happened. And therefore, results for some of the drivers have fallen down there. Look at this. Look at this coming out of this corner here. Unbelievable.
Play Designs, Derek Crowther has gone off. He's gone off in the back. I believe that may have been, not with Daniel Lewis, that might have been Alexander Longo, one behind Neil Stevenson. And they've gone down the order, but Garrity is now under a whole heaps of pressure from Garrity's gone from the lead down into 6th place already. And that is in a matter of about 6 corners. And poor old Fraser Garrity, he's he's being eaten faster than my Big Mac, I'll tell you that much, as he's just slipped down the order and is now under heaps of pressure. O'Neill's got past Daniel Wareham. Next on his list is the man, Fraser Garrity. Let's see what these guys can do. Malazowski's now in second place. Stellar job there.
Yeah, 10 positions gained, fastest lap, once P1. But further back in the field, as you can see, there's action as they make their way around lap 2, essentially, of this feature race 20 minutes ago. Look at this. Everybody's running everywhere off track. It's all over the place. Whoa, spinning car. And that rear camera angle demonstrates the damage and what carnage has just occurred there, James.
Well, it looks like Derek Graver went off. That looked like Craig Walters went off track. There's Craig, and watch this. Gets out of control, comes back into the middle. Whoa! Rico kneels off.
And then the other car on the side there is taking somebody else. And at this moment, it's turned into a NASCAR car park. Because where do you go? At this point, you're flying through there, trying to run on the racing line. It's all occurred in different scenarios as well. Wow, James. What did you sign me up for this one, mate? You said go on to the United Kingdom. You promised me sausage rolls. You didn't promise me racing like this. The touring car series.
Third with Malazowski. Swap positions. Malazowski's now in front in the middle. Garrity is still got Neil and Gibbons as they come racing down towards us. Thurtle's going to try and run around the outside now. Is he going to be able to do it? He's not. Arthur Thurtle there with Malazowski. Callum Regarden has just jumped El Neil. He's tucked up in there at the moment. DRG, Stuart Gibbons next on your list. He's going up the inside. He's trying it, he's sent it. Is he gonna make it through? I think he has.
Yeah, you gotta tuck in. Now you have to tuck in.
Yeah, poor Stuart
It's like
Gibbons.
the maid tucking in your sheets in a hotel room, isn't it? You can't stretch your feet right now. Well, you're going to have to stretch your feet. Kick the sheets out and kick into another gear and try to make an overtake. Look at this, James. What excitement for the final race of the season.
Yeah, Ricardo now with Garrity in front of him. Garrity's recovered a little bit after his initial slide, but now is sitting in fourth place. Runners offline there. Stuart Gibbons and El Neil behind us. Regarden's going to try and send it down the outside. He's not going to be looking too wide through Maggots and Beckett's. Whoa! Fraser Garrity making his own part of his circuit.
Cut the lawn, mate. Yeah,
mate.
Cut the lawn. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's all right.
He didn't even want to go round that, mate, did he? He didn't even make any effort to go round that piece of circuit. He just went straight over
make
the
a
top
run.
of it.
He has to make a run right now. Side by side, you can see this. Battle for P4 brewing. Battles were everywhere brewing, of course, but we're showing you this battle brewing.
And they need to, Regarden has got to get up the order. He's got Dan Mould in front of him in the standings. And of course, we know Dan was involved in a little bit of an incident earlier on. He's now down in ninth. Regarden trying to come up the inside. Not going to get it done this time around, I think. And then he's got this short run from Club down in Abbey. Yeah, we
He switched the route. Look at that. He got the exit speed. He's got the gas pedal. He says another gear. Let's make it work. But the problem is traffic, course. It's like the traffic we had going to the Silverstone race here today, mate. We're caught up in it. They're caught up in it on track right now with 12 or so minutes to go in this feature race.
Yeah, absolutely. 12:10 on the clock. Neil's going to be making that move past Gibbons. Gibbons is going to be looking at trying to come back at him if he can. Regarden in front of us trying to make the move past Garrity. He's got the inside line this time around for Regarden as they're coming through Priory. Now around the right-hander or left field, and that's Callum Regarden is through. Next on his list is Alan McCain in front of us, but next on Garrity's list to try and defend from is the man behind us here, El Neil. Look at the nose. You're not going to see it for long.
Yeah.
Going to go out of the... Ooh,
What's O'Neill going to do? I'm going to call you O'Neill, not El Neil. Because he's going to be, Ollie, let's go. He's going to go wide. Somebody's got wide. He's going to make a run here. He's got to commit to the racing line right now. He's going to be outside. He's got to tuck in behind. Yes, he will. He got, obviously, Beckers and Chapel. That's going to be side by side. Look at the scrubbing speed he has. But he still manages to tuck in behind. Still looking at Reed for a little bit of an evening snack here in Silverstone.
Gary's got Al Neil tucked up right behind him at the moment. Reed Garton is there in the yellow and black. He's gone off in front. Neil splashing in like frantic man. He needs to get past Garrity. He needs to be going to make spaces at the moment. And Gary says, okay, son, I've had enough of you. You're doing my bananas in. Go past me. And El Neil has now made his way up into 5th, up 10 places. But El Neil and chasing down CRG Callum Regarton here tonight from the Silverstone Legacy circuit within iRacing. TCR's on from the SRL round 6. And what a round it's been so far.
Yeah, when are you getting that award at the moment there for the caster of the year there, James? Because you are broadcasting and casting one of the best racing you're going to see for the World Touring Car Championships. Look at this, mate. What a race. These guys are not giving it up. They're flashing each other. 2 for now. It's like you're on a highway, isn't it? Going in there, going, you're in the slow lane. No, you're in the fast lane. I don't know what's going on at the moment. But tell you what, right now, Christopher is leading this race and with a comfortable lead. But this is where the battle is brewing.
Dan Mould is going to be looking to try and keep on to the back here as we jump in with Dan, see what he's doing. What can Dan Mould do? Stuart Gibbons is in front of us. Dan got caught up with Stephen Fry's little incident at the beginning of the race. Malazowski's just gone quicker. Reed Garton's gone quicker. Again on a 159.264. Dan here. Oh, he runs out in 4th gear. He took cops there. Still managed to make it through though, Biggles, but he's got to try and get up in the back of Stuart Gibbons.
It's all about these important Baker's Max Chapel course. So follow your racing line, not the car ahead. Get the power down. 3rd gear. See, a little bit of lift and coast there, of course. You want to do that now. Now, power, power, power. Hit the loud pedal. Go, go, go. Santa Claus is coming to town if you can get it done. 5th gear. Gets a lot of great exit out of there, but will it be enough to make an overtaking opportunity? Well, he has 8 minutes to change to think about it.
He's not going to get it done this time around, I don't think. Dan Mould there from Full Send Racing, trying to chase down Stuart Gibbons in front of us from GTR Evolution. How is this one going to pan out here? What do we think? Not long to go, but what do we think?
Yeah, chat's all quiet at the moment, mate. They were all silenced by the king here in Silverstone. And keep an eye in there on Arthur. He's within that 1 second range, and I'm not quite sure he's going to be able to do anything about Christopher in the P1, but never know. You never know. He has time, sizing him up and watching him, studying him, as you do. You're a teacher, of course. You tell your students to study. Homework lessons, perhaps. But yes, that's what it's all about. That's the last time you're going to school this season, my friend, in this league. So school is out, the exams are in, and the teacher's going to be judging your results for the final race of the season.
I think Malazowski needs this result. There isn't a question that doesn't go by that he doesn't. So he's absolutely flying out in front. He needs to stay there. Arthur Fell is closing him down, and so is John Brown is cutting on to the back of Garrity. Garrity must, I tell you what, mate, to be honest, from Garrity's point of view, he must feel like a chocolate donut about now, because everybody is taking a bite out of him and left him on track to say, right, keep going, but the next one's going to come and have a chunk out of you as well. You know, if Garrity was a chocolate cake, they've all taken slices out of him, and at the moment he's gone down 6 places. He was up 1, from his grid slot, but he was further up, and then he's just gone down and down and down and down, and it's just been incredible for Fraser Garrity how he's gone down so much. But Alan McCann is under attack from CRG currently at the moment. What can he do here? Can he defend Biggles, or is he going to have to let him go?
I'm going to leave that one to Phil, my friend out there across the pond. He said it best than everybody else. Who needs the World Cup when you have James commentating on motorsports? There you go. Are you hungry? I guarantee you right now James is hungry because he's thinking about cake. How are you going to slice that cake? How many ways are you going to slice that cake, James? Because you're going to be slicing your way up into a P3 if you were the man called Callum Reed.
it does get a little bit more hungrier as the session goes on. Regan!
Oh, that was a push
yeah.
and a shove and a spinner for the. But I think Alan McCain might be going, mate. You are a little bit greedy on your cake slicing here this evening on that one.
I think Alan McCann might have something to say about that one because if I'm not mistaken, this wasn't under his own thing here. As we go on board with Regan, look, we're literally inside McCann. We pushed him off, and we've.
That's what you get when you get the cake, mate. Exactly, you get the cake. And
I think Regan is trying to slow down and let McCann through, mind you. He has done. The problem is Regan's dropped all the way down into 12th place now.
Dan's got Stewart. Dan's got Stewart for the P6 position. Crucially, sorry to cut you off on that one. Mr. Baker of all bakers of casting a box there. I'm going to be baking a cake, of course, my friend, because he got it done. Yeah. And, crunch time, of course. Well, this is it, isn't it? You get your cake and eat it too. That's what they say. Can you eat your cake? Get your cake and eat it too.
No, generally not. It doesn't normally end well. But Regan did allow Alan McCann through. Unfortunately for McCain, McCain, I think it is actually McCain. McCain went into the pits, so Regan has carried it on now, chasing down Alexander Longo here tonight. But John Brown still trying to get up to the back of Fraser Garrity. How is this going to work? What do we reckon so far?
Well, reckon is a very strange word. Think of that. I reckon you got to give it anything now. You probably got about 2 laps up your sleeve. Find the way, if gap car. Isn't that what we see in Rhino Racing? If gap car. You've been studying that car for a little bit now. Think about where you're going to be able to send it. Fully send team, of course, is in this one. But I'm not sure if you're fully sending somewhere around there. A little bit camouflage, a little honeycomb there. Well, I like honey. And I'm not quite sure. John Brown, do you like honey?
Yeah, I do. I drink it in tea normally after a broadcast to settle my throat down. Because my throat is normally fried after that. So yeah, I normally have honey and hot water or honey and tea. Settle it back down again. I don't know about you.
A bit of motor racing. Here we go. Exit speed. You can watch it right now on board. Power. Well, can you get it power? Of course. Don't take out those poor witches cones. What are they out? He's going to stir up the back there. Going to make your way around, obviously, into one of the high-speed sections of the track there. That's either Cops or Stowe. You're a little bit confused on this one, but either way, you don't want to visit the medical center. Nobody has, unfortunately, but Brown is it. This is it. So, well, he's lost 1 place, and Fraser up the road has gained 3. Does he want to minimize the damage here or not? That's a question for the 26 car.
Well, if Fraser likes where he's got the boss man behind him, John Brown is the boss man. So he has got him behind him, but Neil Stevenson there as well has got Mark Brown. They're going to be side by side on this run down the Hangar Straight we go. Mark Brown, Neil Stevenson, who's going to come through? It looks like Stevenson, Brown, I'm not really sure. As they're coming down.
All right, James,
now.
we'll get a heart rate monitor on you, okay? I got the defibrillator ready.
No, you can't heart rate monitor me, mate. Imagine me giving you a heart rate monitor for a broadcast.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Get the sausage rolls ready. It might have been very much done and dusted. We'll be okay on that one. 2 minutes to change to go. Do you think Christopher's worried about anything? He's got a nice 1.3 second lead up the race, and that could be wrapping up this one, my friend.
Yeah, I think so. I think from Brown's point of view here, he needs to clear Garrity, which I'm not entirely sure he's going to. Maladowski looks comfortable out in front. He's got a 1.2 second gap at the moment. So he's flying along nicely. However, for Neil Stevenson, he's still battling Mark Brown at the moment. And then obviously we've got the battle with Garrity and John Brown. The driver is going to come round, start your final lap of the race here this evening. Christoph
What's up with all these Browns, mate? Code Browns, Red Browns, Car Brown, and I'm hearing a lot of Browns here.
Yeah, you got John Brown and Mark Brown, and then Code
What about
Brown.
this green and gold machine here? The 41 car. No Brown on that one, my friend. Just race position. He's 11 positions gained. Can you believe it? 11. But look at this battle further back with Neil. Is that an off-track excursion, my friend? There is a track here.
Mate, they're both
Guys?
together.
Hello?
Both of them together just decided we're going to extend the requirements of the track here. We need a little bit further. And there as well for Neil Stevenson and Mark Brown. Whoa.
Hey, at this point, just take your own racing track. Just go through the corners if you want, but you
Hey,
know there are limits
weren't
in place. Yeah, they were, mate. They're going to get into to go out and mow our lawns. Mr. James, we'll get them to, when they're outside of racing at full speed for touring cars, let's get them to mow our lawns because they're doing a pretty good job of that right now.
Oh, definitely. There's been definitely some grass cutters here saving the groundsman a job at Silverstone. Currently, at the moment, we got Mark Brown, Neil Stevenson battling away here. This is your battle for 7th. This is 8th and 9th, sorry. But keeping an eye on the leader. Malazowski is coming around now. Should be done and dusted with Malazowski. He's coming around the left-hander.
Yeah, Neil, sorry, guys. You're out because James going to call this final victory here from Christopher.
Yeah, Christoph Malazowski coming round Luffield now, going through my old street in London. Down through Woodcote we go. Christoph Malazowski takes the victory, and I'm going to say that's going to wrap up his championship as well. Malazowski, I think, is going to be safely underway. Your championship winner here from the SRL TCR Championship. Whoa!
Oh! And he gets slapped from behind. I wanted to see if he was to do a little bit of a burnout celebration there, but Mr. Arthur says no. But you can do it, Christopher. Give us a burnout, my friend, even though your engine's done and dusted.
Well, I don't know what he's going to be able to do left in that car after he's just been torpedoed.
Yeah, here we go. He's going to give us a shot. Oh, everybody's going to murder him right now. Well, he's definitely getting a Christmas card from all the other drivers, isn't he, mate? Because they're all showing them their love at 100 kilometers an hour bang into the car.
Yeah, I don't know if love would be the terminology there for Malazowski. I think he's just been punted, and that's the only way he could do donuts. From Christoph Malazowski there. Backwards donuts.
Yeah, he's trying his best, man. And I like it. I like it.
Do you like the fact he's going the wrong way?
It doesn't matter, mate. He's like, I'm trying to do my best. Everybody's trying to murder me at the moment, but nobody can murder me. 11 positions gained. I got the race win. So, hey, stick that in your towel pipe and smoke it.
All right, here are the results from this second race of the evening. Christoph Malazowski out in first, Arthur Thirdle in second, El Neil third, Fraser Garrity fourth, John Brown fifth, Dan Mould back up into sixth after being involved with Stephen Fry. Stuart Gibbons in 7th, Mark Brown 8th, Neil Stevenson 9th, Callum Regarton 10th. Sportingly let Alan McCain through after them guys had come together, which did drop them all the way down the order, and then McCain went into the pits and Regarton finished in 10th. Alexander Longo in 11th, Daniel Lewis 12th, Elliot James 13th, Alan McCain in 14th, Craig Waters 15th, Daniel Wareham 16th, Derek Crowther down in 17th place. Beyond that, Stephen Fry is down in 18th. Well, I think it's safe to say that was epic. You know what I mean? I don't think me and you, either of us, can really argue with that. It was absolutely incredible racing here from these guys. What do we think? So, would it have made a difference for Neil? Would it have been any different? Could he have done more? Could he have done any more? Because at the moment, by the standards popping up in the iRacing, Christoph Malazowski is your winner. El Neil in second, Callum Regarton in third. And who better to talk to than Christoph Malazowski in the casting booth with us this evening. Good evening, Christoph. How are you?
Hi. I'm fine. Whew, what a race.
That wasn't bad, was it?
But I look into lap 1 on the hanger straight. Whoa, it was tight.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting evening for you. Now, unofficially, I'm going to sit here and say congratulations. You've won the overall championship. Obviously, we'll wait for everything to come through, but according to the iRacing UI, you are the champion.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey,
I
Chris,
appreciate
just
it.
to clarify, where are you from? Because your flag showing multiple nationalities. I presume Germany. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm from Germany. Yes.
Oh, there you go. So Germans
Yeah.
are back on top of the top show. So a dedication to Sebastian Vettel, no doubt, there doing it. You sound like you were very stressed towards the end there. The 11 positions gained, so you could do the best you possibly could. How was that to you to feel across the line there to win the championship so far? We believe that's true.
Yeah, I'm really proud about myself and my improvement about the season. And I start to, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago before the season starts, I start to race a TCR more for the leagues and for my team. And I saw the league, and I thought it would be a good chance to improve my driving and get a better racecraft or something like this. And practicing like for this league is so much more fun. Like when you take an offline test and alone, it is boring. So for a championship or for a league,
This
is
is
so
good,
much
my
more
friend,
fun. And
because the
I had
Germans are
a
back
lot
on
of fun
top,
in the
right?
past races. In the
Yeah, I
beginning, it
mean,
was hard because I have to learn a lot
what
in
was
the
the
second
difficult part to
race or in the
learn?
second
Just real
heats
quick, what was the difficult
with
part to learn?
overtaking and holding back and waiting, and that's what is something new for me. But it was really fun.
Yeah, Biggles was
I
asking.
enjoy the last lap. I
Yeah,
tried to do the fastest, but I couldn't improve. And yes, it was really cool.
good, good. Well, Biggles asked you a question. What was the hardest part to learn of the TCRs?
Excuse me?
What was the hardest part to learn? I'm not sure if you can hear us properly.
Yes. Now I mute my not I quite my mic and my headphones. The first laps of racing is I'm just endurance guy from GT cars and GT3, and I know to race long and 1 hour, 2 hours, but these short sprint races with cold tires in the beginning, it was really yeah, I need to learn it, to not overdrive it, to not overbrake it in the beginning, and that's the more difficult, and don't do mistakes, but it costs in the short races much more than when you got a 2 hour stints maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Christoph, it's great to have you in the booth. You have taken your 3 wins this season. Your average finish position, according to iRacing, was 2nd place. So well done for you. Absolutely barnstorming. But from us, unofficially, congratulations on your championship win. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth this evening?
My team, Maniti Racing, and my TCR squad leader, Damien. I think he look every race on the stream and cheer for me, and thank you for this. And yeah, I take the championship and I come back for the next season, and I hope some other guys join too, and then we get a much closer, more racing maybe, but it was close to sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look for the next season, sure. 6 weeks or 7 weeks to break and then come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Christoph, it's been a pleasure to have a chat with you this evening, and we'll catch up with you next season.
Yes, thank you.
All right, next up in the booth there, Biggles. Christoph sounded like a happy man, doesn't he, overall? I think at the end of the day, as you say, I think the reason he wasn't hearing us is because he had muted his headphones. So while we were trying to ask him questions, he didn't quite hear what we were saying. But, you know, he like expressed he went out and he had to go out and practice this TCR. They're not as straightforward as everybody makes out they are.
They're not. Absolutely not. Exactly. And it's good to see. But he got the job done. He got the job done, delivered. I want to hear from Arthur, of course, because he was the 74 car that finished there in 8 positions gained as well. To everybody on the podium at the moment, mate, gained positions tooth and nail. They were definitely not in that 1929 stock exchange. They bet on the right horses, bet on the right muttons, per se, as we go into the GP. Let's bring in Arthur in here because I want to hear from Arthur. He finished in P2 there in the 74 car. Arthur, well done. P2 for you. How was that race?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I knew that the faster guys were behind me all season. I've not been able to figure out how they can get these TCRs to go so fast, especially on cold tyres. And no, I just trying to go as quick as I could to keep Christoph honest. Didn't want him running away with it too much.
I think that's the important thing in it from, your point of view is to try and keep hold of the likes of Christoph Malinowski. What do you learn being behind him?
That they're faster than me. I can't work it out all season. In qualifying, I can qualify it and be right in amongst them, P2, P3. I think I was P3 today. As soon as it comes to the actual race, I don't know where they fight. I just don't know how they're so much quicker.
I can't answer that, mate.
No. No.
Mate, I'm in the commentary booth. You know what I mean? That just says it all, doesn't it, really? My
Arthur,
skills.
you can answer it because there was a lot of action, obviously, in you get 8th position in the race. What happened in the first couple of laps? Like, all drama occurred through, I believe, Beckett's, Magnussen, Chapel and stuff. Could you elaborate to us what happened from your perspective?
Yeah, I don't know what you could see on the screen on the stream, sorry, but yeah, went through there, coming out onto that back straight. Everyone seemed to part for me. And I just went straight through the middle.
It was chaos, mate.
Yeah, it's like a NASCAR thing. Go left, right,
Yeah.
right, left. There's a big crash, and you just go straight through. Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it? I can't remember who went off. To be honest, it was. He had SRL on his front bonnet. I think it might have been Daniel. No, it wasn't Daniel Wareham. Derek Crowther, and then somebody else went off behind him, and then he come back into the middle of the track. Then pure and utter chaos just kicked off. Stephen Fry was flying around all over the place as well. So it's a good watch back anyway, just to see what happened. But look, going forward, where are you looking forward to next year now? Obviously, we've come to the end of this season. Are we going to see Arthur Fertile next year in the SRL TCR?
Yeah, probably. I don't race the TCRs other than with these guys, just because the banter's hilarious. I only joined SRL this year, and yeah, I love it. I joined the GT4 League, and then they started the TCR one up, and it was only because everyone's so funny that I decided to join. And yeah, it's good fun.
Arthur, mate, you got P3, 12 positions gained. I mean, sorry, P2, and you got 8 positions gained, mate. You got a 5.1k iRacing. I think you can throw any car around a track in any situation, mate. So you got to be here. We need to have you here.
Yeah, I'll definitely be here.
Fantasy driver.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we can have an SRL Fantasy Driver League. That would be cool. Something to think about there, Biggles. Anyway, Arthur, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth this evening?
Just the organisers. You know, they do a fantastic job, and yeah, everything runs smoothly most of the time. So yeah, thank you to the organisers.
Well, thank you so much, Arthur, for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next season.
See you next season.
Take care.
Bye.
He was very upbeat.
You better hope the British win the World Cup, mate, because they're on form at the moment. Of course, the Germans are very much on form in that one, wrapping this championship up there. But the British domination are coming thick and fast there, James. What do you think about this one, mate? And where we're heading into the possible future there? How can drivers sign up to be a part of this fantastic league?
Go down into the YouTube description. You can click on the SRL Discord link, hit that button, get yourselves involved, come and join up as well, because as you've seen already from this brief little snippet that was broadcast here on JPB, and got to get involved. Get along, come along, get yourselves involved as well. Join on the Discord link below at the same time. Don't forget, give the video a big old thumbs up, turn on the bells for notifications, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Final word of the evening from you, Biggles.
Give me some sausage rolls, my friend. I'm looking forward to casting with you and many of the racing leagues across there. And congratulations. I hope you do win the casting award of the year. And if you don't, well, you deserve it, mate.
Thank you.
A pleasure. Thank you.
As we wait patiently for the results for the VCO Simi Awards as well for the final 5. But that is it this evening, guys, as well. So much love and thank you so much for joining us this evening. I've been James Parfitt. He's been Dean Biggles. You all take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.